Hi, my name is Bodan, and we are videotaping here at the Ariscorp Research and Development Facility in Alberta, Canada. What I have here is the world's best ball tube. Actually, by far the world's best ball tube. Very, very easy to use and extremely effective. And over the next few minutes, I'll describe all the features in detail, and you'll be convinced nothing better anywhere. Okay, feature number one, weight. This thing is light. I got about 5 feet of ball tube here, and it almost flies away from your hand. Careful in the wind. We're only talking about 7 ounces of weight here. Very easy, very little fatigue on the arm to use. Just the weight of the balls that gives you the mass. And as you're familiar with any ball tubes that are on the market by other manufacturers, they're about 4 foot high. They certainly weigh more than 7 ounces, and they have about 1/8 of an inch plastic. A lot of wastage. Again, this thing is light. Feature number two, custom sizes. You can get this tube in 3 foot lengths, 4 foot lengths, 5 foot lengths, or 6 foot lengths. Most other tubes come in a standard 4 foot length, and you can only pick up so many balls with that. Here, you get to pick up that many more balls in one go around, and it just speeds up the entire pick-up ball process. Okay, feature number three. When I mentioned that this thing is customizable, well, it's customizable by you, the user. You can take this thing apart wherever you want. You can make smaller compartments here, and you can actually cap these compartments off, and guess what? This will now fit into your duffel bag. I could even make this smaller if I want, but there is no product in the world that will allow you to do this. Okay, you tennis buffs, you tennis fans, you're probably drooling. Where can I get one of these long things, right? A tennis tube that can pick up not just 20, not just 30, possibly 40, 50 tennis balls. Look at the size of this. You've waited a long time for a product like this. It's too late for this guy, but you still have an opportunity to get your own tube. Do you want to hang on to this for a sec? Feature number four, it's free. All you got to do is buy this brand name tennis ball set of 3 or 4. You basically open the can up just like you would any other can. Dump the balls out. Cut the top off. Cut the bottom off. And you have yourself another segment for your ball tube. Now, how simple is that? What an amazing idea. I mean, who could come up with stuff like this? Astounding. Most of you are probably wondering, well, just how does it pick up the tennis balls? Why aren't they falling out? Well, to understand how this thing works, you have to see that, and probably some of you have guessed this thing unscrews and screws back on. There are threads in this plastic. So this company, instead of manufacturing a simple, straight ball can, they blow-formed some threads into it. Basically, no extra cost, just give a little bit of form, and it gives you that much more functionality. And talk about eco-friendly. When this thing hits the market worldwide, you're going to see these tubes everywhere. And where the eco-friendliness comes in, a second usage of this plastic, and what about all the other manufacturers of ball tubes that are making these big, heavy, 1/8 of an inch thick, clunky ball tubes? They'll stop manufacturing. It's a double win here for everybody and the planet. So why don't the balls fall out? Well, there's 2 things you can do here. You can go to this company's website and purchase the attachable accessory that has little teeth on it that screws on to this tube, or you can make your own. As you can see, there are strips here that contain the threads, and if you cut out, just with a pair of scissors, one of these strips, and you leave about 1/4 inch of flat plastic below the thread, you simply slot it and fold the flaps back to give you that gripping power. And I'll show you here what it'll look when you're done with it. It'll look something like this. where you can see the teeth. When the ball goes in, it bends the flaps back further, but when it tries to push out the bottom, the flaps catch it. You'll probably be able to see this a little bit easier here. Ball pushes through the teeth, and it is now stuck. There's no way in the world that's going to come out. Now, any of you that play tennis and actually have used these, you know that this part will always wear, and that's been a problem with tennis tubes for a lot of companies. Here you can actually cut another strip of thread, thread it on to the tooth piece of thread, and you leave a little bit of extra plastic over the edge, maybe 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, 3/16 of an inch. And as you're picking up the balls now, it's this piece of plastic that takes the brunt and wears out. And when it wears out, you can unscrew it a little bit, add more depth, unscrew it some more. And when it's finally totally worn, chuck it and make yourself another one of these. That's how simple that is. So this here now will simply go onto your length of tube. There you go. One finished product.